Alright, what's up, y'all? It's been a fucking minute since I made a freaking video. It feels good to be back. It feels weird to be back. I haven't held that freaking camera in like 3 weeks. Something like that. But I got some stuff to catch up on if y'all are still around. I appreciate y'all. I hate to say that we have big things coming, but there is. We're just fucking... We're still at that bottom level right now. So every step is a fucking leap, if you're catching my drift. But we keep getting these setbacks, but you know we're fighting over here. So ain't nothing gonna stop us. But car's back. Got it back from the impound like probably a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now. Car was dusty as I've ever seen it. I'll throw up a pic. The engine is sold. It's been so long, I don't know what to catch you guys up on. This is going to be a rambly ass video because there's a lot to catch up on. Got the car all cleaned up, looking good. I just been driving it around, just chilling. Where to start? All right, old engine sold. Sold it for like $300. Dude tore it apart, and it was not the crank hub, so it was most likely oil starvation. I'll throw pictures up. Basically, the crankshaft like seized to the bearings, and it was super tore up. But not crank hub, which is what I didn't think it was, which kind of makes me feel good in some sort of way about blowing my engine. At least it wasn't what I thought it was. I still don't know what really did it. I mean, occasionally I would get the low oil light because it would burn a little bit of oil. But every time I get that light, I would literally stop. Like yo, the fuck out of here, boy. Scary ass roach is just coming up toward me like it's my fucking buddy or some shit. So yeah, I don't fucking know. Unfortunate, but shit happens. But glad to know it wasn't the crank up. So that like, if you're nervous about getting an M3 because of the crank up thing, don't be nervous. Like I ran stage 2, beat the shit out of that engine, and the crank up didn't slip. It was just a crazy fucking... I probably could have taken better care of the engine too as well. So like if you take care of your shit, you're not an idiot, your car's gonna be fine. Don't be nervous about getting an M3. It's like the cheapest fast car you can buy. Like you can make 650 crank with like no money, and it's actually a nice car. Like you can make that kind of power real cheap, but it's not going to be a nice car. This is a nice car, especially if you get an M4. It's like where you can make 650 crank on probably like a 30K budget, which is crazy. I mean, and if you finance a car, which you probably would, you don't even need 30K. But that's a tangent. But yes, okay, so blew the engine, all that happened. Then I didn't even say this on video because I was so fucking freaked out. So my only form of income at that point was Uber Eats, right? And I got kicked off Uber Eats. Like I was informed of it the day that I got kicked off for not passing my background check because of my DMV record. I think it's just hogwash, whatever you want to call it. Just like because the background check company is just like, I couldn't tell you if it's a real business. There's no numbers you can call. There's nobody you can get in contact with that's like a human. If you send them an email, they're like, give us 30 days, which is like, I did send a thing and I don't think I've gotten a response. So I think that's just a lost cause. But out of desperation, I reapplied to DoorDash because I got deactivated. And the next morning I woke up and they're like, oh, that was a mistake. Like, you're good. So that was good, and I actually make more money on DoorDash. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. Blessing in disguise or something like that. But at that time, I was like having a fucking panic attack because I'm like, I just got my car back, which is great. That's like a huge stress off my back. But I have like no money because I just paid to freaking swap a new engine in this car. And I have no job and no income. And I still have to make my car payment and pay for insurance and all this shit. So I was like, holy fuck, this is like way too much for me. So I think that was, I don't know the timeline. And then yeah, I don't know the timeline, so I'm kind of just saying stuff. But and then I got arrested for the second time. Arrested makes it sound worse than it is. I just got a racing speeding ticket, which is criminal. That's stupid in my opinion. Like, you could potentially ruin a young man's life. Like, bro, like I work like 80 hours a fucking week to pay for this car, serving like my community, bro. To like try and ruin my life over I guess I shouldn't really speak on it, but for saying that I was racing at midnight on a Friday is crazy. But that's police. Sorry, that shit just pisses me off. So it's like crazy. But yes, I had to pay for a criminal lawyer. That was $3,000. Paid like $800 to get this thing out of the freaking impound. So funds are like, like, I was down bad, bro. So I was like, I just can't make any videos, and I can't do any crazy driving because I'm on the thinnest of ice. Like, if I get a ticket right now, I'm fucked. Especially because my job is driving. So, yeah, thin ice. So, my plan at the moment is, I'm not really gonna make any more like street drifting videos or anything like that, just because it's really not worth it. Which might be a bummer, but I'm still gonna do driving videos, just more like toge stuff. Tortilla Flat is like 40 minutes away, and it's some of the like best road in the country. And there's, I don't know what it's called, but up north it's like an hour away. Once again, like some of the coolest roads in the country. So just for the sake of not getting in trouble, and also for just people's safety, just makes sense to go out there and have fun out there. But regardless of all that stuff, we're still so close to a fucking win. I could taste it. So I have enough money in basically like equity in this car that if I sell it right now, and I've got my credit as good as it'll be right now. It's not amazing because I was an idiot like 2 years ago. I was just being a dumbass. But I'm fixing it, and it's like average now, which is much better than it was before. And we're so close to win. If I can just sell this car at the price, I have it listed for $33,500, which I think is more than fair price. If you subtract the TEs, that's at least $3,000, $3,500 on a good day. Crank hub costs probably $3,000, $1,000 for the crank hub, $2,000 for labor at least. Like my buddy, I think paid like $3,600 or something like that. So not a cheap job. So there's those two. Say that's $5,000. $33,500 minus $5,000. That's $28,500 for an M3. That's cheaper than you'll find any M3 in the entire country. That's including Facebook. That's including anything on Auto Tempest. But it is harder to sell a full, like, completely modified car, obviously, and there are a few things wrong with it. Like the cluster bottom lights don't work. Passenger tint needs to be redone. I think that's it. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, and just the fact that it's 115,000 miles, which is up there for this car. Bro, it's still hot out here. That's how you know it's an Arizona summer. It's like 11 p.m. right now, and it is toasty. I'm sitting here not doing anything, and I'm sweating. But I mean, the car looks good. If it doesn't sell in like the next week, because I'm getting impatient, I'm already looking. If I can just find stock wheels, I'll put the car back to stock. It'll probably sell well easier. Especially with a car with miles like this, I feel like the selling point is, just got a nice sweaty fingerprint on the car. The selling point is it being cheaper. So if I can take everything off, sell it separately, and price the car at like $30K, which is still like a grand over the lowest cars in the nation at similar mileages, but it has the crank hub done, it's probably more realistic. I would prefer not to do any of that because the like sunken cost fallacy is like my number one thing. It's like if you're not trying to invest further into something, it doesn't make more sense to sink more money into it. But if it helps it get sold, if I do all that stuff, I'll still be able to afford the next car, and the next car is gonna be sick. I've been teasing myself and you guys for fucking months now. Like, this video is gonna be incredible because I've been documenting all this shit for at least like 6 months now. I've had my sights on a vision of this car for a long time. I just be looking at videos on YouTube like, yeah, that's fucking sick. But I don't know if I should tease y'all a little bit more with it. Maybe a little something. It will be manual, which will be fucking sick. I haven't had a manual car in ages. I do know how to drive manual. I actually learned how to drive on a manual car, which is a nightmare. That was fucking just overstimulation at its finest. But a good skill to have for sure. So it'll be manual. As long as I can find one. There's one on the market that's like perfect right now, but I just need to fucking sell this car. It's literally like perfect spec for me right now, like at the price. And it's not like top spec, but I don't want a top spec because the top spec will cost like 20K more, which is not trying to get a fucking collectible car, you know what I mean? I just want a regular good spec car. This next teaser would probably kind of spoil it a little bit. Yeah, no, I gotta tease y'all. Like, bro, if I can sell this car, I could literally buy the car like right now. Or yeah, in like 4 days my credit updates. So like we're fucking right there, dude. As long as I don't fucking blow it up again. Knock on T37s. We should be good. But I think that's good. Like pretty much every stupid misstep that I've taken has been put in the past. And I do have this car back on the stock tune. And I didn't even notice, like, it runs so much better on the stock tune. Like, you can just feel it. It feels so much better. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe that BM3 tune just isn't that great. Like, it is an off-the-shelf tune. Like, you would think it would be better. Like, because the tune shouldn't really be different. Besides just higher boost. Like, that's pretty much it. But even at, like, idle and just, like, going through the revs, it feels so much smoother now. And I don't know what causes that, but it's at stock. Like, I just want the damn thing sold. It runs good. It feels good. Somebody buy it. It's a great car. And it looks cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So hopefully in the next fucking week or two, you guys will see bought my first blank. But yeah, somebody left a comment and like made me think to make a video. Let me look at it. Who are you? Nerzies. That's my boy. Shout out to you if you're watching this. He said, think it's a sign to keep the M3. I mean, I do love this car. But, like, this is like a year ago, I would have never thought that I could have this car. But the next car that I'm going to get is truly like a childhood dream car. Like, there will always be like a next one. But, like, if 16-year-old me, I mean, he might think this in this car too, but if 16-year-old me saw me in the next car, he'd be like, all right, this dude made it. Which isn't necessarily true because 16-year-old me was an idiot, but I'm still an idiot also, but it'll be sick. Trust me. It'll make all the right noises. It'll be manual. It's gonna be sick, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me. But shout out to Nerzies. I think he has a 340, if I remember correctly. So that's why he's trying to get me to keep the M3. He part of the Beamy gang. But yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Also, just a random side note, since I don't really have much content to make, because I'm just trying to sell this thing, I'm not trying to spend more money on it. I could make how to grow a beard video, because there was definitely a point in my life where I didn't think it was possible, because I just always been like baby face my entire life. I was like, yeah, I just don't think it's possible, or I just need to get older, which I don't think either of those were the case, really. It might be a good video to make, just because I feel like most young men want a beard if you can't grow one, and it's definitely possible. Like, at least for like, probably I feel like 75% if you like put in the effort, it's possible. But that's random. But I think that's it, bro. Yeah, so thank you for watching. There's exciting shit coming. I pinky promise, bro. I pinky promise y'all, bro. We ain't stopping, bro. I don't. If I fuck up again and it's gonna take another 6 months, then it's coming in 6 months. It's coming either way. But hopefully it's coming like a week or two. So catch y'all later.